Silent Kitty, please ask your question. Hello, Silent, are you there?
Looks like he has been silenced.
Good afternoon, Gavin and Chris. You love Bitcoin and blockchain, and it has actually massively disrupted the financial services. My question is, how have you engaged with the technology, and have you had the ability to collaborate with the private sector regarding blockchain and Bitcoin?
Silence, thank you very much. Ben Charbon, I know that you had your hand raised again, but you have already asked a question at the beginning, so I'll take a few more from the chat box here. And we've got from Brian Fierstein. Has the South African Reserve Bank reevaluated its timeline for banks to implement the Basel III guidance? And a question from Antoinette Sala. In which sectors is the funding for SMEs and at what interest rate? So there's a question there around the use of technology and blockchain, a question on a very specific question around the timeline for the implementation of Basel III, and a question referring back to your initial comments, asking about the funding for SMEs and at what interest rates. So, Governor, please.
Okay, let me start with the last two. The Basel III guidance that we had provided for the banks in terms of IFRS 9, we had said that it would be in place until we have noticed the banks. We are cognizant that when you notice the banks that now you must do according to the rules, not according to the guidance, they will need time to restore that. So it will not be an abrupt overnight thing. The funding for the SMEs in terms of that scheme, it is across all the sectors. We have not restricted it to any sector. The only criterion is that it is that they must have a turnover of less than 300 million rand, and the scheme is currently funding at prime. That is what the banks have committed to. Silence, the issue of Bitcoin and blockchain. We distinguish between two things. Bitcoin is a crypto asset, and there are so many crypto assets out there, and they can go on. We have looked at the underlying technology, which is the blockchain technology, and we tried to look at the use of this technology. We, as part of our innovation hub, embarked on a project with the private sector players, technology players, telcos, and the financial sector industry. And we did a pilot that we called Project Coca, which we deployed in our national payment systems space. And we could demonstrate with this technology that we would be able to settle the whole day's trade within an hour using this technology. So we had proved ourselves that it is of good use. Just a little bit of marketing. The technology the pilot did win the award in 2018 of the best central bank blockchain pilot project. So we were very pleased with that. And we have got an innovation hub, which you are welcome to visit Silence with your ideas. And what we have in that innovation hub is a regulatory guidance unit, we have got a regulatory sandbox, and we also have an accelerated lab that you could go and test your ideas there. So we have embraced this thing, and we had decided that this thing should be left where it correctly belongs, which is the private sector, and that to the extent that we need to deploy this technology, we will partner with the private sector.